Hi. Okay. I think I'm live. Hi. Okay. I'm excited and nervous, and I feel like I should stall for a little bit because people do that. My name is Juliana May. I'm an author. I don't know if you're gonna be able to like go back and watch this later on, or if you're gonna be watching currently, or what's gonna happen. I've not done a live video. This is pretty exciting, I guess, but I'm also mostly really nervous, and I don't feel like this is the right time because I don't feel like I'm in the right frame of mind. I will stall before I get into things with a random story, just for the sake of getting people to watch before I actually start in on what I actually want to talk about. Um, so I just moved into this apartment. I haven't been keeping track of time. It was the end, no, it was the beginning of September, I think. I moved into this apartment and I've not been enjoying it too much. I live with my family, and I have been living in a house before, and there was, five of us, and it was a decent sized house, and we moved into a little apartment, and there's four of us at the moment, but there's gonna be five again once my brother comes back from boot camp. He's at boot camp right now, and so we're all squeezed into this 3 bedroom apartment, and it just feels like it's just not nice. It's the first time I've not lived in the school district that I was in, and I'm 22 years old, and first time I'm not there, and this apartment is a lot smaller than my house, and my room especially. I had the master bedroom before, and now I'm in just a small room in the apartment, and there's just things that I have been complaining about. And this morning I just got out of the shower and there was a mouse in the hallway, and I'm a big baby, I'm very dramatic, and so I'm just not happy right now. I'm feeling very dramatic about it, not in the right frame of mind to do this video, but it's as good a time as any. I want to do something special today. I'm really nervous because I feel like this is going to be more boring than usual, and I can't like cut out all the pausing, and just like you're going to hear all of that I'm going to be messing up, and just I don't know. I just wanted to do this because I told you that today I was going to press release on my book, Before Midnight, which I've been talking about and working on for the longest time. And I thought I would do something a little special and do a live video for the first time, and show you. I mean, it's not going to be exciting to watch the release, but I thought just the video in general will be kind of exciting. And yeah, I just wanted to get you excited for my book because I'm excited about it. I haven't released in a book in what feels like forever to me. I have released like a year or two ago. I don't know, probably longer than that. I don't even keep track anymore. But it's kind of not a long time in a book publishing sense. Like, authors do wait a year or two or more to publish a new book, but when I started, I was 17, and I did at least one a year, and it's been a while since I've done one. Again, I'm 22, so it's exciting. I'm finally gonna release a new book, and yeah, so I thought I would read the first chapter of Before Midnight and then hit publish while you're watching. Amazon takes, it said like give 72 hours before it'll be live, but I wanted to release it on the 23rd, but with that kind of a time frame where it's not going to be up for 72 hours, I wanted to make sure that I released it before the 23rd. The ebook is coming out on the 23rd, so like regardless, it's available for pre-order right now. You can pre-order it. Yeah, so I'm nervous, and I don't know. Should I read right now? If anybody's watching, you can comment, and like it'll be on the side, and maybe I'll start reading now, or maybe I'll just, let's see. Yes, I should read it right now. Hi, Elizabeth, or yes, Elizabeth. Hi. Okay, I can start reading now. Thank you for watching. So let me tell you actually about this a little bit first. So here's the cover, and I'll read you the description. Riley's on top of the world. He's a major name in the entertainment world, especially in the eyes of most teenage girls. Still, when tour comes to an end, it's even more apparent that something's missing in his life. His holiday is filled with old friends and close family, yet he's still consumed with restless thoughts. This is why I was nervous about doing a live video. He just needs a little change, a new friend, a new location, and new inspiration. At least that's what he's hoping. This is the first proof copy that I ordered. I actually ordered 5 proof copies the first time around, but this is like the first edition. It pretty much still looks like this. I just made minor changes, and I'm really excited for you all to read it. So I guess I'll start reading since one of you commented that you want to hear it. Okay, so the first chapter is called Admiration Fades with the Lights. The lights drop and the screams fall slowly to a hush. The feeling of bliss lingers in the air like the smoke from the last burst of fireworks. The near silence is a stark contrast, and it makes my ears ring. Anticipation floods us like steam in a sauna, thick and obvious. The crowd starts chanting PC, PC, PC. I feel my adrenaline dropping. I miss the high, and we've only just left the stage for intermission. I'm ready to get back out there. We stand poised as the band begins to play the song I wrote, After Midnight. Every time I hear it kick off the encore, I feel an immense pride. My song is good enough to be a hit single. My lyrics, stemming from my feelings, get to be some of the last words we sing with every crowd. The spotlights flash on again, signaling us to step back onto the stage. We walk out dramatically to an eruption of cheers. I look out at the multitude of people blurring into one black, undistinguishable mass and realize that there's tens of thousands of girls in the audience, and I won't get to know a single one. I won't even get to see all of their faces. My song always sobers me, makes me think of things like that. I try to center myself during certain songs, really get into them and give them the seriousness they deserve. I feel like it may be wrong, but as I sing, I shut my eyes tight and think of the Twitter girl. I get lost in the memory of singing to her, and it's almost like I'm back in LA again. I know I should be singing for the people actually in the crowd, and I feel guilty for that. In this moment, I'm living a fantasy already. What more could I ask for? Still, when I open my eyes, I know I'm searching for her, wishing she were here tonight. David picks up where I leave off, and I let myself tune him out. I've heard this set list so many times by now. My eyes focus on dancing around the crowd instead, sifting through the faces I can see, meeting pair after pair of eyes that don't belong to the Twitter girl. What draws my attention back to my bandmates is David's laughter through his solo. Apparently Matt and Kevin said something funny to mess him up. It happens often enough. Their laughter makes me break into a smile as I catch Jasper's eye. He gives a small smirk back. He's more like me, giving his all to a song. Our other 2 songs are upbeat, so I relax and dance around, trying to get everyone excited again. Looking out at the crowd, I notice a girl's sign that says, "How are you going to see my face if it's after midnight?" She has a good point. I laugh and point at the sign as I lock eyes with her. Her eyes widen and her hand quickly flies to her mouth, making the sign flop over. I wave and blow her a kiss as she starts jumping up and down. Though I can't hear her exactly, since most people in the stadium are screaming at us right now, I know for a fact she is in some way vocally expressing her excitement. I eye the line of security guards in front of the stage, a human wall blocking me from a swarm of people who care about me most in the world. I know they're positioned for my protection, but sometimes I just feel like a dog with an electric collar. The rest of the world is right there, I can see it. I just can't access it without a shock. Sometimes, very much like a dog, I just want to trust maybe one day I could just jump the fence without a consequence. Instead, I saunter over to Matt and point the sign out, knowing he'll find it as funny as I do. Bonding with him will help me rest inside this fence a little bit longer. The girl settled down and holds it proudly over her head again, a huge smile on her face when she realizes what I'm doing. I wave to her again, overwhelmed with the knowledge that my simple gesture could make her so happy. There's so much joy in her eyes. I still feel so privileged that I'm able to do things like this. Okay, there's still more, but I just want to check in with you guys and kind of give myself a break from reading. In case you are just tuning in, I'm reading the first chapter of my book, Before Midnight, Riley's story. I should probably mention to you too that it's the first in a couple installments. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, you don't really know anything about me. I was working on this bigger project called After Midnight, and it was basically this book plus 2 others put together. and it was just getting to be such a big project and taking so long, and I was just tired of making people wait for something new from me, and tired of telling people, oh, I'm working on it, I'm working on it. And I just felt like this section of the book was done. I just have always been pretty happy with this section. I haven't made too many changes to it over the course of time, and I was like, I just want to get this part out a while so that people can read something from me. So I'm excited that I'm finally getting it out, and hopefully it won't take too long for the other two sections to come out. At least, you know, the second section. They're split up by, this first one is Riley's story, so this is the male character in the story, and then the second one will be just the female character. Her name is Ella, and then the third part will be both of their stories together. And I have plans for Riley and Ella for after what I've like written as After Midnight. It was gonna originally be at least 2 books, but it, like I said, it's just, there's so much story to it that I just was like, I really need to break this up even more than what I'm planning to. So yeah, that's what it is. And now that I've talked a little bit, I think I'm gonna get back to reading a little bit. Okay, so I waved to her again, overwhelmed with the knowledge that my simple gesture could make her so happy. I already read this part, but I'll keep going. There's so much joy in her eyes. I still feel so privileged that I'm able to do things like this. Matt waves too, making her happier still as Jasper belts his final high note. What a beautiful sound, a perfect way to finish the last date of the tour. He draws it out, making it seem effortless. Listening to his voice mixed with the cheers of the crowd and Matt's laughter, I feel like I don't need to ever hear anything else. I have wonderful bandmates and a wonderful life. Wasn't that a beautiful note? You're all beautiful, I yell into my microphone. Thank you, mate, Jasper says, striding across the stage and throwing an arm around me. Perfect way to end it. Now we've got to say our goodbyes. You start, I instruct, pointing at Matt. Kevin and David stand by our side and we all throw our arms around each other. Thank you, Riley. I'm Matt. I'm Kevin. I'm Jasper. I'm David. I'm Riley, and we've been pigeons and carrots. For now, at least, we take our final bow. I hope to God it's not our last one, because this is what I want to keep doing. I wouldn't mind a female companion along on this journey with me, but in essence, this is what I want from life. Thank you all so much for coming out. We can't wait to see all of your beautiful faces again next tour I finish. I kiss my hand, hold it as high as I can, and scan it over every single section of the crowd, blowing everyone a kiss. Who knows if we will get to see each other again. All I know is that I want to make every second count, make sure everyone feels special, excited. The boys and I always wish we could spend genuine time with every one of the fans. We know it's impossible. That's why we try to do everything we can to make them happy. They've done everything for us. We owe them the world, literally. Because of them, we have traveled the world. Every day we are so privileged to be doing what we are. It's all because of them. Okay, I'm going to pause again. Because I didn't prepare anybody for this live video. I mentioned in my last video maybe, I don't remember, author update maybe, I don't remember, that I was going to hit publish on this day, but I kind of kept it a secret that I was going to do a live video because I wasn't positive that I was going to do a live video because thought made me nervous and I was kind of anxious about it, and like, I don't know if anybody's going to watch and I'm going to be scared and I'm going to mess up, and it's kind of the story of my life. I always push my plans off to the last second. It's hot in my room. Yeah, and you get to see me in all of my awkward glory. No cuts, no editing. So that's nerve-wracking. So let's, I guess, get back into it. Let me read more. There is 1.5, two, we'll say 2 pages left. I also make sure to take in these last moments for myself. I try to revel in every last second, press in every detail. I want to be doing this forever, but who knows how much time I'll get. Bands constantly come and go. I never want to take any of this fame stuff for granted. We're going through so many once-in-a-lifetime things that I have to be very conscious about how special it all is and remind myself to thoroughly enjoy it. The boys and I run off stage to one last consecutive scream from the crowd, one last note from the band, and one last bang of fireworks. We all smile, patting each other on the backs. We've made it through the biggest tour we've ever done, bigger than tours most people could ever hope to play. We've done the same set every show for months, and now it's over. We don't stop running until we've gotten into 2 separate vans to be sent off to the airport. From there we run to another plane, doing this for the millionth time to go back home, or at least that's what we call it, London. Can a place be home if there isn't anything there for you? I think of my favorite moments of the tour again and again as I stare blankly out the plane window. I want to make sure they stick. Repetition makes habits, so why can't it make memories last too? My eyes get heavier as my mind fills with pictures of traveling and being on stage. It's all left to me. This is what I mean, guys. I'm sorry I keep messing up. It's all left me thoroughly exhausted. The boys and I hardly ever get sleep to begin with, but less so on tour. When I inevitably fall asleep, I dream of a girl that stood out for me at one of our concerts in LA. I happened to see her tweet me that she was sitting in section 211. I opened her profile picture long enough to press her beautiful face into memory, then I kept scrolling. I don't really know why. Why didn't I favorite her tweet? Why didn't I respond? Maybe because so many people keep such close tabs on me, and by doing just one of those trivial things, I could hurt at least half of them. Half of a huge number is still a huge number. So why did this face stand out for me so much? I have so many fans, so many of them absolutely gorgeous. I don't have an answer for that one. I just know that I felt like I had to give this girl a really good, unforgettable show. I wanted to leave an impression on her. That night I paid extra attention to 211, constantly wandering to that side of the stage. I looked up, dancing and waving, singing at the blur of faces there. At one point I thought I'd caught a glimpse of her, but it was hard to tell. It was dark and the lights were bright in my face. She felt so far away, a single stitch in the embroidery that was the crowd. I tried to forget her after that, knowing the middle of a tour isn't exactly a place to pick up girls. Not girls that I want to spend the rest of my life with or anything anyway. Picking someone out of the crowd is a dangerous idea. I know nothing about them, but they know everything about me. Or at least they think they do. They might end up being a crazy person or someone who will use me for the fame. Or maybe, best case scenario, they just won't end up being my soulmate. Either way, I pick up and take off, headed for another city in a matter of hours most often. Say I did find my soulmate. How hard would it be to leave her? It's ideal to be with someone who is a fan of ours in the sense that they enjoy our music, but we have to be careful when it comes to fans. With women who are considered famous, at least we know they aren't going after our money, although they still might be using us too. It's hard to get to know people in this business. That's why I've tried as hard as I can to brush this Twitter girl off. That's why I didn't even let myself read her name. But truth be told, I don't really want to forget her. Her face has become a blur because I've come across so many of them. But I hold on to the memory and the feeling. I hold on to every detail of her I can remember. Okay, we're half a page away. I just wanted to make a note that I recognize all of this, obviously, because I've read over it 1,000 times, but I also remember that I have changed some of this a little bit. This is, like I said, this is a proof copy, so this is before I, made all of my final touches. It's not dramatically different, but because I know it so well, I do recognize that it is slightly different. But if you've read it, I don't even know if you'd realize. Yeah, I just kind of cut some words back and made it a little more precise. I don't know. So half a page left. Let's keep going. In my dream, the girl from Twitter stands out from the crowd prominently with the spotlight on her. I quickly jog to her side of the stage and wave. She smiles and gives me a reluctant little half wave, as if she's not sure she is the one I'm waving to. Then I'm woken up by Jasper, who tells me that we've landed. If I get the chance after a concert, I peek out at the thinning crowd and watch their faces fall. I watch the after-concert blues set in. Some are still smiling, some crying. I'll feel a sense of happiness, but also a sense of loss. What the fans don't realize is that we go through the ride with them. We're pumped for each show, we get excited before we walk on stage, we're hyped when we're out there. As we run off that stage, we're a little sad. The songs have become tedious, the bus has become tiring, the boys have become just a little annoying, but we worked hard to put this together. We were waiting anxiously for tour to come, and perhaps just as excited to see the fans as they were to see us. It's the end of something for us too. No two shows are alike, and each one brings us closer to the last. We're buzzing when it's over, but the depression sets in for us as well. Okay, that is the first chapter of my new book. That is the first 10 pages. So it says, I also have, this says also by Juliana May. That's my name, in case you didn't now, or in case you missed the beginning or whatever, I'm Juliana May. I'm an author. I write young adult, and this is actually new adult. My first new adult and my first novella, because it's, you know, shorter than a novel. It's not very fat, not very wordy. It's a total of like 102 pages, I think, is the final number. I also have a preview of my first book, The Way He Looks at Me, in the back here. And yeah, that's that. I hope you liked the first chapter. I hope it makes you want to read the rest. I have put a lot of time and effort into this, and I really love it. I hope you love Riley. What did you say? Good job. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, and I'm really excited to just get it into everybody's hands. And I hope you all like it. I hope you enjoy it. In case you didn't notice beforehand, my little bird is sitting in the corner of this video. Hi, Milano. I didn't want to leave him to fend for himself out there with the mice, you know. It was just horrible. I'm really not a fan of mice, and in my house we did have a problem with mice briefly. I lived there, I think, for 11 years, and so the majority of my life was spent there. But it's funny because I actually lived like within a matter of, I moved 3 times, and within all that time I was like a few blocks, like every time it was just a few blocks away. So I started out at a small house, and then I moved up like a block away, and that was in an apartment. And then I moved again, and that was further away than the other 2, but you know, it was all so close that I was able to keep my same home phone number my whole life. And so this is pretty weird to be in. I'm like 20 minutes away from the area that I grew up in, so it's taken some real time to adjust to everything. Hi, Milano. Hi, baby. But I didn't want to leave my little bird out there to fend for himself with the mice, is the point of things. And I know I'm being dramatic, but I don't like the idea of mice being in my house. I don't like the idea of them crawling around or being near me, or, you know, I just have the idea that they'll crawl into bed with me or something. Thank you. He is cute. He's my baby. I love him. So I also obviously have my laptop here with me. It's very old and nasty, and it's on its very last leg, like really seriously very last leg. I really need to replace it. But this is what I have for now in all its dirty glory, and it served me very well. It was actually a graduation present when I graduated high school. It was kind of a combo graduation present because I had also just gone to India, which was one of the best times of my life, and I have not spoken about that on my YouTube channel. I kind of had planned to, but I never did get around to talking about it. But maybe someday I will tell you about India, because it was just a fantastic time. But the point is, when I came back from India, my parents had got this for me, and it was like a combo graduation / welcome home kind of a present. It was very nice, and like I said, it's served me very well, and I'm gonna actually miss it, because I really appreciate this laptop. It's just really going, and my little bird, as cute as he is, likes to chew on this cord here that keeps it alive, and it also doesn't run anymore unless it's plugged in. Like, the battery doesn't hold life anymore, so it's a real problem. I really need to replace it. But so the whole point of this video was, like I said, just in case you missed it or whatever, it was to ceremonially release my book, if you will. So I just want to be here with you and celebrate with you when I press it, because, you know, that makes life and things a little more special than just sitting here in my room and pressing publish. So I'm going to do that for you. It's 2:45 exactly, so I think that's a really good time to press the button. So, publish your paperback book, and it says saving. Oh no! I have bad news. Oh, no. So another problem with this laptop is sometimes it decides to disconnect from the internet, and it looks like it disconnected from the internet. So, I can solve this. all I have to do is turn it off and turn it back on again. So it's gonna take some time if you want to hang out with me some more. Oh, that sucks. I was slightly worried about it because that does happen. And actually, it would be better though if that is the problem. If not, it means the problem is my internet, and my internet was out Thursday and Friday. It was a real problem because I have been trying to get this book completely ready to be published. And with my internet being out, you know, that makes things really hard. Luckily, I do have a hotspot on my phone, so I was able to kind of work with that a little bit. But, you know, if the internet is not back up, that's not going to be good, because then I can't ceremonially press the button for you on live video, which was the whole point of this live video. So that would really suck. So hopefully it will turn back on. Let's see. And since my laptop is old and slow, it's going to take a little bit of time to boot up and everything. Oh, man. I had it all set up and ready. I made sure before I started this live video that it would be ready when I was ready to hit publish, and then, of course, the internet has to go out. Of course, of course. So, what else can I tell you? Maybe I can start reading the second chapter while I'm waiting for this to load and everything? Does that sound cool to you? Hopefully, because I don't really know what else to talk about, unless you want to comment something that you'd like me to talk about. Ugh. Okay. I really like, my, what's it called, like, not lock screen, because this isn't a phone, but like the screensaver, I guess. It's a picture of me and a bunch of girls from this orphanage that I went to in India. And, Asher David.
You have to go soon.
My little brother. Do you want to say hi?
Oh. Hi.
Alright, bye. Thank you.
No, we have to leave soon.
Asher, I'm on a live video right now.
Then they can watch, and then you can bring your live thing with you.
No. Bye.
Bye.
Rats. I really wish this internet was working so that wouldn't have happened. It looks like it's back on, so that's good news. Let's see, while it's loading though, I will still start reading the second chapter to you. So the second chapter is called I Hear the Screams of the Crowd. The boys explode in another burst of laughter, and I smile fakely as if I were actually listening. I take the opportunity the pause in the conversation offers to duck away, headed for the counter. As their laughter dissolves behind me, I pull my journal out of my coat pocket where it has been drowning. The brown leather feels about as cold as the steel stool I sit on. I try to ignore the temperature and focus on the pleasure of slowly turning through my journal. Each of the crisp pages holds the remembrance of things that have inspired me. When I get to a blank page, I pull my pen out of my pocket and tap it against the counter. Until I can think of something worth writing about, I just let my random thoughts flow. It's freezing out. I miss LA. I wish
Oh, Mom's watching us.
Asher! Sorry. He's 8. You have to pardon him. He's very rude. I love my brother, but I hate him sometimes. You know how that goes. Let me just start getting the page back up, actually, because my internet is on. Okay. So I use KDP. That's something to talk about. I think I did mention that already, that I use Amazon to publish my books. I was using CreateSpace. I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but CreateSpace gave up and released themselves to be a part of KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. So now, instead of doing Kindle on one place and publishing print books on the other, you just do it through both, which is kind of convenient. It's not too bad, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna continue setup of this book, and we're going to publish it, hopefully. Hopefully it'll work this time. Alright, we're at the correct page, almost, and hopefully it'll go through. It's now 2:50, so at least it's still a 5-minute increment, I think. It can take up to 72 hours for your book to be available, but like I said, it's available for pre-order right now as far as an ebook. But if you want the actual physical copy in your hands, which I wouldn't blame you for because I love physical copies in my hands, then you can wait up to 72 hours and it'll be on Amazon as soon as I hit the button. It is saving. Hopefully it's actually saving this time and the internet doesn't go out again. Right, baby? Right. Is he distracting you? Because he distracts me all the time. Save successful! Yay! Alright, it says, next we'll manually review your book. If it passes our review, it can take up to 72 hours to be available for purchase on Amazon. If it doesn't pass our review, we'll email you. During the review, the book will appear as in review on your bookshelf. You can change your book details, content, or pricing after the review's done. Great. Okay. So that's it. It says in review now, and it says that my pre-order is live. So both counts good. My little bird is restless because he knows that my mother is home now, I think. And as you heard my little brother tell me, I have to leave. So it's been very nice interacting with you. I hope you enjoyed this live video. If you got to watch it live, that's very cool. If not, I will consider warning you next time I do a live video. And if you want me to warn you next time so you can plan to watch me do a live video, please comment or message me or however you want to get a hold of me and let me know that you like the idea of me doing a live video. Please tell me so that I know to do more or not. And thank you so much for watching and participating and commenting. Appreciate you. I don't know how to say your name, but you know who you are, hopefully. It starts with Eli, right? Bye. Yes, thank you. Bye. Now I have to figure out how to turn it off. Bye.